It actually took me 3 attempts to start learning the guitar. I'd try to learn a song, get frustrated, and inevitably put the guitar on the side and not touch it for a few months. Then one day, a friend of mine taught me how to play a 4-chord song. I worked on it for a few days, and at that point he told me, okay, now that you're playing this song well, try to learn the songs that you actually wanted to learn to play. But this time, if you get frustrated, get back to this 4-chord song, and that will motivate you to keep on going because it will sound good and will be enjoyable to play. So today I want to teach you those 4 chords, except instead of learning 1 song, by the end of this lesson you will be able to play 7 songs. Let me demonstrate it for you.
Sometimes I lay under the moon and I thank God I'm breathing. When you feel my heat look into my eyes is where my demons hide. With or without you, with or without you, I can't live. Control yourself, take only what you need from it. Don't listen to a word I say. Hey, the screams all sound the same. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light you see, you're way too beautiful, girl. That's why it will never work. You had me suicidal, suicidal when you say you can play all 7 songs with these 4 chords.
So here we are, our 4 chords and the 7 songs that we can play with it. So, obviously there is a small catch to it. All of these songs are loops, so that's the good news, is that with the 4 chords, you will be able to play the full song and you don't have to change pattern. Now, not all of the songs are within the same loop, and that's the only catch. I'm dividing this lesson in 2 parts. Part 1, we will look at the 3 different loops that we will have to play the 7 songs. And then a second part will be a little bit more directed to the absolute beginner, where I will show you where to put your fingers, how to make the chord changes, and go in more detail to all of that. So, our first 3 songs that I played on the demonstration are the chord progression 1, 5, 6, and 4. For today's lesson we are in the key of G, and in the key of G the notes and chords that we have are G, A, B, C, D, E, and then F sharp, and then G again. So the chord 1 will be G, 1 in the scale, then the chord 5, which is the next one, will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is a D chord, D major. The chord 6 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that gives us an E minor. And then our chord 4 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, will give us a C major. If you're not really understanding where these chords come from and you're not really familiar with the major scale all that well, I do have another lesson where I go into detail into it, so you can check that lesson to clarify things. But for now, just trust that these are the chords that belong to this progression in the key of G. So, first progression, chord 1, G major. Chord 2 will be our chord 5 of the scale, which is a D major. Our third chord will be chord number 6, which is a minor chord, and it will be in this case E minor. And then our 4th chord is actually the chord 4, and that is a C major. So with this progression, you will be able to play One Day by Matisyahu. You will be able to play Demons by Imagine Dragons, and you'll be able to play With or Without You by U2. All these songs are from the beginning to end just these 4 chords. And if you want, you can do like I did it at the beginning, where you mix and match the songs and then you have a medley. And it's always fun to do those. The second chord progression that I was playing, it's actually exactly the same. The only difference is the starting point. So to play MGMT Kids and to play Little Talks of Monster and Men, we actually keep the same 4 chords in the same loop, but our starting point is the 6th chord. So we start on the 6th chord, then play the 4 chord, and then we play the 1 chord, G, home bass, right? And then we play the 5th chord. So if we start here, we get the MGMT Kids song. So da, 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 da. And to play Of Monster and Man, Little Talks, you just have to play exactly the same thing, but the chords move as twice as fast. So it will be and now obviously I'm skipping a lot of things, like none of these songs are some of these songs might not be in this key of G, right? And that is maybe a topic for a different lesson on how we can change keys and actually play songs in their original key, but also how can we change songs if we want to sing in a particular key, right? But the bigger takeaway is that if you practice some different rhythms, if you learn a couple different basic things, you can already play these songs. So for Little Talks, you just right? MGMT, control yourself. See, half the time, only what you need from it. Cool. So now you already have 5 songs. Same chord progression, just a different starting point. And the other 2 that I played actually changes a little bit more, which was Stand By Me, a classic, and that was actually my first song, and Beautiful Girls by Kingston, which just ended up looping a bunch of the Benny King Stand By Me, right? So essentially it's the same song. For those 2 songs, the chord progression is actually 1 in the key. We're still in the key of G, so chord 1, G, chord 6, E minor, chord 4, C major, and chord 5, D major. And that will give you those other 2 songs. So you can just go and practice them. My suggestion is you learn a rhythm, and then at the beginning just play all the songs with the same rhythm. At least you have fun playing them. Have 7 songs in your bag that you can play to your friends, play for yourself, and you can have fun with. And you can start singing if you enjoy singing as well. That's what I did personally. And later on, when you develop a little bit more skills with different rhythms and stuff, you can incorporate those and play the songs closer to what they actually sound in the albums. All right, so moving on to part 2. Here, we're gonna look more in depth to how you can play these chords and how we can move in between them. And also, I will teach you a rhythm, is also the first rhythm that I've learned. And it's just a very useful rhythm and an easy one to start with. So here we go. To look a little bit more in depth for the chords, I will pick Stand By Me. We're going to start with the G major chord. So to play our G major, we actually want to put our middle finger on the 6th string. So we count from bottom up. So string 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? So middle finger on the 6th string, 3rd fret, 1, 2, 3. Index finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret. Then strings 4 and 3 will be open, and then your ring finger will be on string 2, 3rd fret, and your pinky will be on string 1, 3rd fret as well. All together, you have this G chord. Next one on the progression is gonna be E minor, and this one is a little bit easier. So the way that I want you to do and to think about it is you keep your index finger as an anchor, because it's already in the right place from the G, and you lift the other fingers, and now you're gonna put your middle finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret. And you play all strings. I'm sorry, my E string is a little buzzy, but it will be okay. And then you have your 6th chord, E minor, okay? Now, the next chord will be our 4th chord, and it's a C major, and we have an anchor point once again, which is really cool, makes things easier. So this time you're gonna keep your middle finger in the same place, and you're gonna move your index finger to the 2nd string, 1st fret, and you're gonna move your ring finger to the 5th string, 3rd fret. And you have this little staircase shape look for a C chord. And you play all the strings apart from string 6. Technically it's not wrong to play the string 6, but it just sounds a little bit more clear when you start it from the 5th string. Okay? And now the last chord of our progression is our 5 chord. 5 chord in the scale, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is a D major chord. And this D major chord, unfortunately, we don't have any anchor point. So for this one, you're actually gonna have to lift all the fingers. And the position for a D major chord is the following. Middle finger on the 1st string, 2nd fret. Then index finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret as well. So they get side by side. And then in between them, on the 2nd string, you put your ring finger, but on the 3rd. And it creates this, I like to visualize it as like an inverted triangle. For the D chord, you only play it starting from the 4th string. So you don't want to play the string 6 and string 5 when you're playing this chord. Cool. Now, we have to loop it back, and the good news is that if you're playing this shape of a D, your ring finger is already in the right position to then loop back to G. So you leave your ring finger where it is, you add the pinky on the 1st string, 3rd fret, and then these 2 fingers are gonna move back to 5th string, 2nd fret with the index finger, and 6th string, 3rd fret with the middle finger. And you're back to your G. So if you need to, watch this part slowly again, get your chords well, get your transitions going smoothly. And then come back here and learn the rhythm. So we're gonna use a very simple rhythm that it's quite enjoyable to play. It works over many songs, and it will do for now for all these 7 songs. And like I said earlier, you will have it as something that you can practice, that you can go back to, enjoy the sound of it and feel good about it. And then as you progress, you can incorporate new rhythms, you can listen to the songs better and understand what they are actually playing rhythm-wise and incorporate that into those songs. So the rhythm will be this. First, let's try it intuitively, and then I'll give you a way to count if that helps you. So with intuition is to just sing the rhythm. So in this case, our rhythm will be down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So once again, a little bit slower. The rhythm is down, down, up, down, up. What I normally recommend my students is that your arm is like an engine. So you always have it going up or down and up, and you never stop this motion. And you just play when you sing the rhythm. So down, down, up, down, up. Did you see how I kept the arm going, but I only played when I vocalized what I had to play in the rhythm? So let's do it again really slowly. Down, down, up, up, down, up. So another way to think of this, if it helps, is by counting. So this song is in 4/4, or most of these songs, and the way that you can do it is to count 1 and, so going up with your arm will be the ends, going down with your arm will be the numbers. So we'll go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. We'll hit 1, we'll hit 2, we'll hit end of the 2, and then we'll hit end of the 3, 4, and end of the 4. 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, and 4, and. So choose which one you prefer, and then what you do is to just slowly, always better to practice it slowly, just get the rhythm going in your hand and try to loop it. Okay, once you have the rhythm down, you're gonna connect it with the chord progressions. So let's just do a little recap now with the rhythm and say, so the first 3 songs we were playing a chord progression 1, 5, 6, 4. So with the chord progression that would sound like chord 5, D, chord 6, E, and chord 4, C major. Now the other 2 songs, MGMT and of Monster and Men, were the exact same progression, but we start from the 6. So actually nothing changes, we're just reframing where we think our starting point is. So let's give that one a try as well. So chord 6 was E minor, chord 4 was C major, chord 1 it's G major, and chord 5 D major. Nice. And finally, Stand By Me and Beautiful Girls was a slightly different chord progression, but the exact same 4 chords. So for those ones, we're gonna start on the 1 chord, then chord 6, which is E minor, then chord 4, which is C major, and then chord 5. Awesome. So now you have 7 songs that you can practice, you can play, and always get back to when you're feeling frustrated while you're learning your new songs. I hope this motivates you to play guitar, to stick to it. It's a really fun instrument. It's easy to take places, so you'll end up playing it more. Yeah, for me, it really was a life changer. So I hope I can share that with you guys as well. Yeah. Some people honking out there. Well, this is where I live. If you have any questions, anything that you would like to learn, that you would like me to teach you, please let me know in the comment section. I appreciate it. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the lesson, and see you guys on the next one.